what it does to people, and it was the exact same thing that she said. We were like,
Fuck.
bro, why did you do that?
Just a brief explanation for the clip just played and like the clip that's about to play. I don't think I caught Aiden's story, so basically Aiden told this like story about like the sleep paralysis thing like that happened to her, about like this like white creature or something like that like coming onto her and like pressing down on her. I don't know, it was about something and it was really scarily accurate to this like a CP creepypasta thing that my friend's talking about. So there's your context.
So I'm watching it, and it was like describing what it looks like, and I was like, whatever, coincidence, tall white things, everybody gets like whatever. Yeah. And then it was like, it makes you have like traumatic kind of sleep paralysis like dreams, like reminding you of traumatic things that have happened, or like anxiety dreams. Yeah. And then you wake up in your room. Oh my God. Bro, that was scary.
I'm so used to that sound, I was unfazed.
You wake up, but you see the creature on the end of your bed, and if you have to stay completely still, because if you move, like even if you just close your eyes, it'll stand up and jump onto you and push down on your stomach.
Oh, what the fuck?
And open it. No.
Oh my God, that's exactly your
Hold on.
dream.
You want me to stop?
Did you say how? I don't think you told me when you texted me all this. It does that to everyone? Like,
yeah, it
presses on you?
It gets on you. It opens like it's gaping black.
Yeah,
black.
It didn't do that to me.
Pitch
it
black.
smiled, but
Well, it doesn't like suck you in it, but it's like
That's so
But
scary.
it's like-
That's exactly your dream.
but it's like it has like a very dark black mouth and black eyes, like big black eyes, and it pushes down on your stomach and like screams.
are you sure it does that to everyone?
Yes.
I don't remember
Because
you
then
saying
I looked
that.
up more stuff about it, like that's what it does.
Okay, I was trying to look up stuff. I didn't find that. Just
This
saying.
is what I'm being for Halloween.
It's really funny.
But isn't that so creepy?
Dude, that is exactly your dream.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was very into like creepypastas at the time whenever I like had that dream. So I like to think it was just because of that. But I don't remember coming across one that was about him, so or her. Or them.
It.
Or it. Yeah, right.
So here's my dream, or not dreams, but like my encounters, and I have a lot.
This is all in your house,
yeah,
right?
let me
This
know
is
when you
all
get
in
to
my
the
house.
There?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her house, I know it is haunted. Every time I go in your house, there's like, it's mostly only in certain parts of the house, but like,
an old house?
I know it's something.
It's not even that old. It's like have you been in my neighborhood?
It's my neighborhood.
It's not that old. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
the worst thing about, like, I'd say is like it's poorly built, but like, I mean, something that could correlate maybe is like my dad and I. So my dad he used to be an archaeologist, right? And so he knows how to do like archaeology shit, right? And I remember like him teaching me. I remember him teaching me like how to basically find artifacts and stuff and like sift through them. Like we made our own thing. So basically it's like this box and it has this chicken wire type of stuff that's around there. And you put dirt in there that you dig and you go like that. And you can find rocks and different artifacts and fossils, whatever, right? And we would do that and we found so many arrowheads around our house. So maybe that's something that correlates. I just know that we found a lot of arrowheads around our house. But anyways, which one should I start with? Okay, I'll start off with like in chronological
That dog
order.
barking startled me so bad.
Here, okay, I'll start off in chronological order. So
That sounds great. I think it's a car. That sounded
It
so
must
weird.
be a car, but dude, that sounded insane.
That's terrifying.
I've like, never heard a car
It sounded like somebody going like, ah, like loading up.
Siren
sound.
Head.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like a tornado siren.
Anyway.
So, the first one was back when I was in elementary school. This one's not as much as haunted, it's just like really weird and creepy. But it's like, basically I had a really bad fever and I was like really sick, right? And like the middle of the night, maybe like 1 or 2 in the morning, I don't know. On your knee.
Your pants. There's like a lit spark on you.
Maybe like 1 or 2 in the morning. But like my dad like got woken up by me. Like I was sleepwalking, and it's mind you, it was pitch black in our house. There's not a light on. I was all the way.
That was a crazy noise. Yeah.
I was all.
I think it was something hitting the bottom.
I was all the way downstairs. It was whenever I was like, I had gone down. I was sleepwalking. There was no lights in the house, and I was all the way downstairs, and like kind of in the entry hallway of my house, and I start screaming. I woke it up. It's gonna find me. What have I done? Over and over and over again, and I was doing that. My mom slept through it because she like sleeps through anything, but my dad woke up and had to like walk me back up the stairs, and I had no memory of it. And the only thing I remember was him like shaking me awake, and he told me about it. He was like, you were staring like right past me, you wouldn't look at me, you wouldn't like interact with me at all. It like freaked me out, and he was telling me how like the hairs on the back of his neck were like standing up. It like genuinely freaked him out. And
because he doesn't get freaked out.
He doesn't.
Like,
he hiked the entire Appalachian Trail, and I texted him like the other day, and I was like, "Did you see creepy stuff on the trail?" And he was like, "Yeah, I guess." Like he was so nonchalant about it, but like. Which
like if you're gonna hike the Appalachian Trail, you're gonna see creepy stuff. Like
yeah, he like hiked
it's the Appalachian Trail
too. So like, he did the whole hike. So he's like pretty nonchalant about that stuff, and so another time. Okay, hold on.
Is this the Ivy one?
I'll save that one for a second.
Okay.
Because okay, another time, while we're on the topic of my dad, me, my dad, and my mom were all downstairs, in the living room, watching TV together, and...
Sorry, it has to move.
We heard a really loud thump come from upstairs in the guest bedroom that those two were scared of.
I hate it. I hate that room so much. I had to sleep in there one time. It was terrible.
So, we heard a really loud thump coming from up there, and my dad, like, he was freaked out by it. He was, like, really freaked out by it, and so he, like, went upstairs with, like, I can't remember if it was a machete or a baseball bat. But he went upstairs with, like, something, and, like, started, like, looking around in the guest bedroom, and like everything was untouched. And I remember Izzy, she was pet sitting for us while we were gone, and Anna Maria.
I do remember this, but I just don't remember it, like what the sound was.
Yeah, she said when she was pet sitting, she heard a thump come from the guest bedroom.
I just know it was loud, but I couldn't make out exactly what it was, so I don't really remember what the sound was.
But she also heard like a really loud thump. Stop it. So, both of those happened, and so the guest bedroom, they really are freaked out by it. I will say that there are a lot of antique items in there. My mom loves antiques, and we have a lot of antiques in our house. Cool. So, with antiques, and like a bunch of antiques in our house, we have a child-sized rocking chair, and it's an antique, and it used to be my mom's. When she was a child, and it was in my room for the longest time, and it used to sit in the corner of my room. And one night when I was trying to fall asleep, this was like in middle school, I was trying to fall asleep one night, and my dog Ivy, she was laying on the like foot of my bed, and she starts growling at the chair, the rocking chair. She's just growling at it, and like her hackles raised and everything, and she she comes up on the bed, like on my pillows behind me, because she's like freaked out and everything, and she's like still growling, and then she goes quiet for a little bit. I'm freaked out, and I put the blankets over my head, and I swear to God, like there wasn't an animal in there except for that dog. Okay, I felt like footsteps like along the side of my body on the bed, walking up slowly.
Like little footsteps?
Like an animal.
Like a cat or something, but there wasn't, because at the time the only cat we had was our outside cat, Alex, and he's an outside cat. He does not like coming inside. He doesn't fuck with the going inside. Okay, he doesn't fuck with it. So he's always outside. So I felt that, and then Ivy started freaking out. So I freaked out. I like threw the blankets off me and I sprint downstairs. It was the scariest thing ever. And so another creepy thing happened. I have an antique dresser in my room too. Okay, I have an antique dresser in my room. I have an antique bed frame in my room. I used to have the antique rocking chair in my room. Now it's in the guest bedroom. I have a lot of shit in my room. So it was a sleepover that I had for my birthday, and it was the morning.
I just remembered this.
Yeah.
I forgot about this.
It was the morning after, and we were like playing with the ghost app that like you can talk to ghosts,
which we use.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
I don't think I ever talked
We use we found
And
this like
it was,
app
real.
that like picks up electromagnetic frequencies in order to try and turn them into words, like a spirit box, which I thought was just kind of like very coincidental, and like it would say the names of like whenever we were at my grandpa's house, it kept on saying his name. So like we were like, well, it might just have our data, like it's looking at the Wi-Fi or something like that, and it knows like what the name of the person who lives there is or something like that. But then I went on this like paranormal investigation with this team who said that the app is reliable, like it does work, and because it uses like legitimate frequencies that it hears, like that it picks up really low and really high pitched, and basically like pitches them up or down to turn them into what we would hear like at the normal level. And so it's like we've heard some crazy stuff from that. So we use that a lot of the time, and we were using that in her house.
Yeah, we were using that the morning after the sleepover, and we were all in my room near the rocking chair, and it basically says like a warning word. Like I can't remember if
I thought it was get out. Or was that later?
It was either like get out or run or leave or something like that, or it said out, and we all got freaked out, and immediately like a couple seconds later we heard a bang come from across my room, and we like then we all that's when we freaked out. So we all
It was get out. I remember this.
Yeah, we sprinted downstairs and we sprinted outside, right? And we were just like,
because your parents weren't home, or they weren't awake.
No, my mom was home, but my dad wasn't.
But was she asleep?
She was asleep.
Yeah. So we went outside.
Yeah, we were all outside, and mind you, it's like March, like the beginning of March, so it's like cold outside, but we're still like outside. Like we don't want to go back in until my mom wakes up and she's like, "What are you guys doing out here? Like, come on." And so
Yeah, I need to go.
Oh.
To leave.
Say it really quick.
okay, well, she's like, "What are you guys doing? Like, you need to come inside." And so we come inside, and then later on we go upstairs, and the drawers were all shut. And previously they were all shut. We came upstairs and the top drawer was open.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was open far. Like it wasn't cracked. Like I remember it looked like, yeah, I was there. It looked like it was about to come out. Like it was open pretty far.
We also have old photos of our very, very, very old family members, and
Especially in your dad's room.
In my
Creepy.
dad's room, especially.
Like, I don't remember dying, but I was dead. And I just had to go through, like, all the emotions of, like, I'm not, like, my life is over. Like, I'm not gonna be able to, like, live or, like, do any of my goals, you know? I literally had to, like, go through the grief of that and, like, accept that there was nothing left. And it was just crazy.
Was it like at a bad time in your life at all?
No. It was, like, last year, and I just, like, I literally just died. Like, so it's, like, weird, but, like, I literally know what it's like to die and, like, accept death. It's just so...
That's so creepy. That's
yeah, and then I, like, woke up and I forgot about it, and then I, like, remembered it, like, halfway through the day, and I just had to, like, get back in bed and, like, process it. It was crazy.
You ever, like, whenever you have a dream about somebody that you love, like, getting hurt or dying, like, you have to go talk to them to, like, reaffirm, like, that they're alive and well. I had that with my brother a few months ago. Like, I don't remember what the dream was, but it was terrifying. And I, like, woke up and I was like, I have to make sure, like, I just need I know he's alive and that was just a dream, but, like, I need the reassurance. Like, I need to see him okay and alive. And so, like, I just hung out with him, like, the whole day. Like, because I remember coming downstairs and he was getting breakfast and, like, I just had to stay in the same room as him and, like, make sure. Yeah. Because my body and my brain still thought that, like, he was dead.
The only time that type of thing has happened to me, but it wasn't like somebody died. It was like something like I had a dream that someone had betrayed me, and like the whole day I was just really pissed off with that person, and like I remember waking up and I was like really mad at them, and I just like was mad at them the entire day.
Okay, so we were camping on Lake Lanier, and our campsite was like on the lake. And we were in my like grandma's camper, and so my sister has like asthma, and we were around the campfire and she had like an asthma attack that was like really bad, like kind of all like out of the blue. It was really weird. So she and my mom had to like go home, but like we couldn't just like leave the camper, you know? So me and my dad stayed like alone. And so it was on Lake Lanier. And have y'all heard about like how Lake Lanier's haunted and like how children are like lured to the lake at night?
Yeah.
So I was like probably 7 at this point. And
okay, so this was a while ago.
Oh yeah, it was a long time ago. And my dad was sleeping like, so it's like a rectangle, and my dad was sleeping on the bed at the end, but then there's also like a pull-out kind of convertible couch table, like it can go into like a bed and like a table and a couch. And so I was sleeping there. And so
I want to fill Aiden in really quickly. Camping on Lake Lanier, sister, everybody had to go home except for her and her dad staying in the camper.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so it's just me and my dad in there, and in the middle of the night, apparently I threw up all over myself. And I got up. The moon was like very light outside. Like you could see into the camper, like from the moonlight. And so my dad said that I got up, there was throw up all over me, and I kept trying to like leave the camper. Like I was like backing away slowly, just staring at him, like backing away to try and get to the door. And I was just like, I have to go, like I have to leave. And he was like, what? No, you don't. You need to go back to sleep. Like, it's the middle of the night, you know? So he had to like get up and like put me back in bed and like clean me up. And then like I have no memory of this. Whoa. And it's just weird how like I've heard like other stories of like children being like lured to the lake in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You know? It's just crazy how that happened to me.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
That's not great lighting, by the way. I don't know if you care.
What's better?
That like where it's like
Should we
not
put it-
right on you, like right there.
I want everybody to see
All right.
seen well.
That's good.
Okay. A little on topic, because it's about the guest bedroom again. So the guest bedroom used to be my nursery when I was little.
I don't know, that's reminding like fish and shit. It used to be my nursery. Like fish. A fish. Cause you know, like
what?
fish nursery or like a plant nursery. You know, I'm an ecology major. What can I say?
Okay. Well, it used to be my nursery, and my parents would tell me that whenever I was little, I just could not sleep in there, and they would try to leave me in there to go to sleep in like my cradle and everything, and I just wouldn't do it. I would scream and cry and like scream and cry until I got to sleep in their room. And it was pretty much like that. Like I couldn't sleep in that room. Like I was like, I had to be with my parents until my brother moved out, and then I moved into his room and I was fine. So that's a little weird. I was just thinking about that suddenly, like while Aiden was telling her stairs story, I was like connecting the dots. So that's a little weird. And then I have a not reoccurring, it's an sorry, the car's like, okay, anyways, it's an ongoing dream that I've been having about the end of the world. And so it starts off, and the setting is California, and these, like, giants are, like, attacking California and, like, other places of the world, but, like, it's focused on California and, like, America and stuff. And, so they're, like, destroying buildings, everything's getting destroyed, and, the government has, like, a special team set up for these giants attacking and everything. And like a really cool detail about the dream that I had was like the workers there, they were like always constantly working, right? So much so that they would all like sleep at their desks and then at the same time, right? And then they would all wake up at the same exact time to the shift, like the shift of the tone of lighting. Like the tone of lighting would like turn from like red to purple, and they would like all wake up.
You told me about this. I remember this.
Yeah. And so, like me in the story, I was like in this dream and everything. Like I was, working for this lady, and she was doing her own like underground like research on them because like she didn't trust the government and what they were doing, and she thought their methods were ineffective. So she went rogue. I don't know. She did her own thing, and she was working out of the basement of a veterinary hospital. And I would run around California and like collect samples for her. And that's pretty much everything important that happened in that dream. And then the next dream I had, I was in a different city. And this city, it was like basically a giant cylinder, and there was levels to the city. Like almost like a parking deck. Okay, levels, right?
So that's what the city is? It's just one cylinder?
It's one big cylinder, and then it's in the middle of the ocean.
Whoa.
Yeah. So there was that city, right? And I lived there, and before everything like happened and everything, we got like glimpses of like daily life, like going to the store, going to the theater, you know, stuff like that, going to see shows and like going shopping and everything like that with your friends and stuff. And seeing what the streets looked like and everything, and the architecture. And it was like the architecture of the place was a lot like how it looks in like architecture looks around Florida and like around there, like, you know, St. Augustine, like,
yeah, it's the Spanish architecture.
Yeah, Spanish architecture. So that was the architecture there. And then guess what happens? The giants came back and they started attacking the city, right? The city, oh my gosh, important detail again, layers. One by one, the layers of the city get crumbled to dust, and everybody gets evacuated to this nearby land and everything. And me and like a team of people, we go back to try to fight them off. But it's just like, it's not working, like nothing, everything we're doing, like nothing's working. So we have to go back, and eventually the city gets like trampled into dust. It's gone. So then the next dream I had, it was in like a modernistic age, but it was also like castles and stuff, like medieval, but like modernistic. So modern technology, but castles and shit. So basically, it starts off in like, I'm like in this room and everything with these other people, and we're like hiding and shit. And we've been hiding there for like several days now. And eventually there was this like night guy with us, and he was like, we can't keep sitting here. Like, we've been watching these giants, and they're slowly getting closer. Like, we need to get out of here. We're sitting ducks. Like, they're gonna find us eventually. We need to leave. And I'm like on his side and everything. I'm like, yeah, like definitely. But there's this like other lady with us. And when we finally decide to leave, like, she's taking forever to leave, and like everybody's getting antsy and like panics and stuff. And then like there's a flashback to like what the knight went through whenever the giants started attacking. And like these giants were like, they're like a different variant. Like there were really big ones, right, like the normal ones that we've been seeing, but then there was like also like small ones, like smaller ones, like the size of like the corner of the house right there or something.
This is giving like Attack on Titan.
That's what I was gonna say.
They attack, it's like at the city, and we're like having flashbacks and everything to the knights, and they're like in this like cafeteria area, and they like burst up through the bottom of the like through the floor, and they're like bursting up through the floor and everything, and they're like killing people and eating people and shit like that. And so we have a flashback, but then we're back to like everything, and so he's like, we gotta get out of here, like we gotta go now. And this one girl that was with us, she was like taking forever, and everybody was like getting panicked, and we were like, guys, come on, like we need to go, let's go, stop taking forever, like everybody's getting antsy. It was a bad situation. And so we start leaving, and then we almost get killed, but then we got it, we made out safely. And this city that we were in was in the middle of a desert this time, like opposite of being in the middle of ocean, we're now in the middle of a desert. And there was an oasis nearby with like this structure and everything. It was like more of a simple thing, but it was like almost like a kind of a gazebo, but it was like spread out. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like, I don't know, it was like structure you'd see. The architecture of it was like stuff you'd see in like India. So that was the architecture of it. And so we like walked in there, and there's this big hall, and there was like, you know, like how in churches, and like there'll be like the benches,
The pews.
and then the hallway, the like the
Yeah.
thing, and it was like that in the main entrance hallway thingy. And so we walk in there, and we're like, wow, this place is really nice and everything, and like it looks like really untouched. And we start finding clues and stuff that me and like this group of people like it was like part of this prophecy and everything, and like we were supposed to like save everybody from these like giants and stuff, and like we were part of the prophecy and everything. And then there was like this guy that like showed up, and he started like giving us advice and stuff, and like helping us and everything. And then off topic, we found a sentry egg. So there was that.
Like one of the decorated eggs.
No, like the ones that you bury in the ground. And
Wait, the
they're
what?
Like a sentry.
Century egg.
You don't know what a sentry egg?
Egg.
Century eggs. This year clear
So-
down egg.
So that's my continuing dream.